Okay, the recording is on. Let me share my screen. So I'm sharing the Visual Studio Code. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you have my screen?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. So, what is Python? What do you know of Python? It's a programming language. If you start with that, very basic. It's a programming language, and it's a it can be used to create web applications, and it can be used in automation testing. In the demo session we have seen all of this, right? Okay, so let's start by creating a new file. See what I have done here. I created here, say, Explorer. I click this one. Okay, and or you can go to the file. Okay, and then open folder. You choose the port folder. Okay, this is Visual Studio Code that I'm using. And other thing is that you can use online compilers also. Okay, if you just Google Python online compiler, okay, you choose the very first link that appears on top of the page. Okay, and you can start doing programming. So I'll show you both ways. Okay, just
Okay.
we'll go with this one, which is Studio Code. This is a standard IDE, okay? That it can
Yeah.
be do programming in Java, Python, and many other programming languages.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with the new file. Okay, let's create a new file. Just click it here. So this is our first program. Okay, so it's a hello.py. Okay, so you just say day one, and then hello.py. Okay, don't forget to give the name of the file as day one or something like this. Okay, to
Mhm.
remember on what day you have program, and this will be alphabetically sorted. Okay, so
Mhm.
it's easy and arranging the day wise. Okay, how you worked. Okay,
Mhm.
all right. So let me type up here a few important points. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So the comment, first start with the comment. Okay. This is single line. Sorry. This is single line comment. Okay. Single line comment. And this is multi-line comment. Okay. If you type something in here, let me type it here that Python is, OB language. Okay, now you see here it starts to give errors. Okay, like it is in red color, this is in like yellow color. Okay, this is because it is considering as syntax. Okay,
So I'm very familiar with the like language and like all the basic things.
all the
So we
basics. Okay,
uh,
okay, so we can just do like 10 minutes, and
yeah.
then after then we can start with the advanced concepts. Okay,
Mhm.
is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so it's a open language, and then let's say I'm just showing you the multiple comments, multi-line comments in here. Okay, let's say I want to print a statement, hello world. So you use print function. So this is library function. Okay, that you didn't write this function, create this function. Basically, it is available to you. Okay, and the work of this function is to display the messages, display message on the output screen. Okay, and see, this is like I will take it on a new line, and now we have three lines. It's not the syntax, so I will comment this code. Okay, so let me comment it. Okay, so this is multi-line comment. Now this becomes string. Okay, so this is string, and string cannot be executed in Python.
Mhm.
All right,
Okay.
string
And
cannot
is there
be.
a shortcut to make this like a multi-line
Yeah,
comment
this is the
or
shortcut to create multi-line comments. Okay.
like any like keyboard shortcuts or
Yeah, there will
like
be,
an
like Visual Studio Code, or any other IDEs, they have the shortcuts. In time, we'll see that, okay? Let's move on to
okay.
the step by step all these points, okay? In time, okay?
Hmm.
Okay, I'll teach
Sure.
you, like in 10 minutes, what are the shortcuts for all the shortcuts for Visual Studio Code,
Okay.
okay? Okay,
Okay.
so let's go for the next point, okay? Point number two, okay? So we have learned what is Python. Okay, what is print function? Okay, it is used to display messages on the output screen. Next point is what it is used for. Okay, so it is used, okay, for use cases. Okay, so use cases, first point is with the Django framework, with the help of Django framework, you can do web development. Okay, so that is some advanced courses. Okay, these are like libraries or frameworks. Okay, Django is a framework. Let me write it this in the first section if you're familiar with all this, Then with the pandas, module. Okay, one pandas module, you can do all scientific applications. Okay, this is used for you know scientific applications or data manipulation. Okay, data science. I'll just say data science. Okay, data science is the use case actually, and you use this pandas model. Okay, so use cases are here. Okay, written next. Okay, and then you use the like software development purpose or testing purpose. Okay, software development and automation testing. Okay, and system scripting. Right. So there are many uses. Okay, many libraries are there. Okay, but the important one I have mentioned in here. Okay, you can do machine learning. Okay, so for that you need modules, like OS module, you need to learn, Pandas module, you need to learn, NumPy module, you need to learn, and with the help of the Django framework, you can create websites and create one AI system. Okay, with all these libraries together, okay, you can build, you know, one you know AI model. Okay, so AI model you can create. Okay, so this is like artificial intelligence, the chatbot. Okay, the chatbot where you have to type the questions and actually machine can answer the questions. Okay, so this is used in like in feedback systems, query systems. Okay, you understand now where you can use this?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Python, it is used to handle, big data, like there are data sets. Okay, let's talk about this, data science. Okay, so you can use, lots of like millions of records. Okay, so it's called big data. Okay, so Python can handle such big data and perform complex operations. Okay, and Python, it is used for production ready software development purpose. Okay, and it is also used in file handling. Okay, file management. Okay, database system, you can use Python, can be used, okay, to connect to database system. Okay, DBMS, database management system. Okay, like reading and modifying files. Okay, file handling. All right. So why Python? Okay. Why not other programming languages? Okay. So let's start with that. Third point is, so Python, it works on, why Python? Basically, see, it works on multiple operating systems. Okay. Multiple OS. So I will give you these points. Okay. Don't worry. Just like what you learn in day one. Okay. It's very important. Day one session is very important because you get the overall idea about the course. Okay. So Python works on multiple operating systems. Can you name any operating systems that you are familiar with?
Yeah, Windows,
Yes, Windows,
Mac.
Mac,
Yeah, that I think Linux.
Linux, and it's flavors, all flavors. Okay.
Mm,
Flavors meaning what? That it's a Ubuntu, okay, SUSE, okay, all types of these are Linux operating systems. Okay. And why you choose Python? Because of its simple syntax. Okay, and then you need only fewer lines, okay, to code in. Okay. Any logic that you want to code in, you need only few lines. Okay. You'll come to know, that use case. One more use case is that, data structure. Okay. Data structure. Okay. So all logic, like all kinds of sorting and searching problem statements you can do, including, linked list. Okay. That you can do in Python. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Python, what is Python? Python is, it's an interpreter system. Okay. So it's an interpreter. What is the meaning of interpreter is that, it executes, line by line. Okay. It executes code line by line. Okay. Instead of, compiling the complete program and, you know, creating like intermediate file or the code, okay, converting the source code into machine code, okay, that the machine can understand. It's not like that, okay. It has only one file, that is source file. Okay, every time you make changes into that source file, every time you run the program, you will see the updates. Okay, it's not like, C programming language where you compile your program, it generates .exe file. Okay, and that generated exe file, suppose you distribute to your friends. Okay, next time you make any changes in your program, you again need to give the updated exe file to your friends, then only they can see the updates. Okay, so it's not like that. Python has the source file, and interpreter can go line by line execution. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
meaning that it can be executed the moment you update it, it can see the changes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is a procedural way and object-oriented way both. Okay. So what is POP? Python is POP and OOP. What can you tell me about POP and OOP? What is POP?
Mm,
POP is okay. It's a procedure. Okay, it's a procedures oriented programming language. You got it? So, like, what a programming language is, that is POP, it is C programming, okay, and other programming languages, okay. So, main focus in this is, okay, the functions, okay. It's also called function oriented programming language, okay. So, programming
mm-hmm.
language, function oriented programming language. The main focus is action, not on data. Okay, remember this. The main focus is action, not the data. Okay, and what is
Mm-hmm.
OP? The OP is object-oriented programming language. Okay, programming language. I will write it PL. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
many languages are there: C++, Java, Python. Okay, I will not write all the names. And now,
So you're
so
saying Python is both?
yeah, both.
Okay.
Okay, it can be, like function oriented way also. It's your requirement. Okay, you want to create a program, function oriented way, you can do it. Okay, you want to create a program, object oriented way, you can do it. Okay, you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so Python, it is treated both way. Okay, procedural way and OOP way. Oh, okay. So what is
Mhm.
OOP? Basically, it's let's say what is OOP? It's object-oriented programming language. So the languages that it has, it's a C++, Java, and Python. Its main focus, C. It's a classes and objects. Okay, all right. And objects can communicate through function. Objects can communicate through functions. Okay, functions I'll write only fn.
Mm-hmm.
What is function basically? Functions, are actions actually, and its main focus is data. Okay, not action. Okay, so your main focus is data, how data is manipulated. Okay, like there is no direct data manipulation. Okay, you don't access the direct data. Like let's say you're going to any organization. Okay, so you need any information. Okay, so you can get the information through the proper channel. Okay, like let's say your home is there. Okay, you need food. You whom do you ask? Whom do you ask if you're hungry? If you need a food,
Mm.
you call your mom, no? So mom,
Yeah.
you don't directly go into the kitchen and get the food,
Mhm.
though you can do it if you directly get the food, no? Okay, your mom doesn't know that okay, where is the food? Okay, where is the like okay, actually in this one, the one function, its responsibility is to manage the house. Okay,
Mhm.
your mom's responsibility is to run the house. Okay, so it's
Mhm.
better you get the food through mom. Okay, so
Mhm.
mom knows all these kitchen things. Okay, so function knows how to manipulate data. So here function is the mom. Okay, so
Mhm.
you don't directly get the food. That's wrong. Okay, and like every member in the house directly getting the food. No, like someone might be hungry in your house,
Mhm.
like there will be like no food for the last family member probably. If you call your mom and ask for a food, mom knows management thing, so she will properly divide the food and give the all the family members, okay, properly. you know like if you're allergic to some food, mom won't give you that food to you. Okay. So
Yeah.
function knows what kind of data needs to be given and what kind of data needs to be hidden.
Mhm.
Okay. You understand? So this is what it is. You need a tea, you ask mom. Okay. So mom will, cook the food for you. Okay. Make a tea for you and serve it to you. That's how the object-oriented concept is all about. Okay. And what is procedure-oriented? It is, you need a food, you need a tea, you go into the kitchen, you cook yourself. Okay. Now, what will happen in that case? Okay. Is someone who knows cooking, that's okay, no problem. But who someone who doesn't know the cooking, okay, he that person can ruin the tea, or probably create a maze in the kitchen. So that is something wrong. And if next person goes in the kitchen, he'll not be happy to see all this mess. Okay,
Mhm.
and that is what procedure oriented programming language is, because here data is not properly managed in POP. In OP, yeah, it's a channelized, okay, because you need food, you ask mom, you need money, you ask your dad,
Okay.
isn't it? So if
Yeah.
you ask your mom for money, she's not going to give you. But if you ask your dad, dad, I need tea, it's a wrong one, because they know their responsibilities, they will behave accordingly. Okay, so the responsibility for the objects, you are the object. Okay, you are a member of the house. So the member of the house has a responsibility. It is to know what is the behavior of the functions. Okay, otherwise you will get different results. You ask for your dad that give me tea, that dad will give you money. Okay, and you ask your mom money, she will give you tea. Okay, and you'll be
Mhm.
surprised what's going on. This is not working for me. But in reality, you don't know the actions, behavior of the functions. So the one who knows about the functions, okay, they can handle the functions properly. Okay, so
Mhm.
all you have to worry about calling the function. You don't need to worry about what function does. Okay, like
Mhm.
you just ask for the money, you get the money. You don't worry about the money, that how dad makes money. Okay, you don't worry about mom, how mom cooks the food. Okay,
Mhm.
so it's the result that you're interested in. It's not the way that the that is you received it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is a, that is called abstraction actually. Okay. All right. So next thing is that its a main focus is on the data, that you need to secure the data. Okay. That's why to secure the data, we have functions. Okay. So through functions, we get the data. Okay. So through functions, we get the data. Okay. So
Mhm.
you don't directly get the data. So that is the core concept of OOP. All right.
Mhm.
All right. So there are many versions of Pythons actually. Okay, like Python 3. Now there are, Python 3.1, then 2. Okay. So actually it's nothing but the updates are recent updates. Okay. If you install the latest one,
Mhm.
okay, you get the latest updates. Okay. So comparing the Python's syntax, with other programming languages, okay, if you know the C programming language, okay, so the Python is designed for readability. Okay, so like there is a readability point. Let's discuss this point. What is readability? Like Python is like pretty much similar to English language. Okay, Python
Mhm.
is similar to English language. So as if you write a program as if you are writing English. Okay. It's a
Mhm.
because there is a very less syntax is there, with few syntax like no semicolons, no curly braces. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, so it's like mathematical expression you are writing. Let's say you want to write uh addition of two numbers program. Okay, how do you write? You just say x is 10, okay, then you say y is 20, then you say sum is x plus y. Okay, now this is not the coding. Okay, we haven't declared any x, y, and some variables. Okay, we just
Mhm.
directly assign the value as if we are writing this for mathematics. Okay,
Mhm.
it's a math subject, that we want to perform addition of two numbers. We put we define x is 10, y is 20, and we write the expression. And that's
Yeah.
it. And actually, this is the Python codes also.
Mhm.
Okay, so here you don't have to use semicolons. Okay, have we used here semicolons? No, but in other programming languages we use semicolons. Okay, so that so this is where the readability points. Python is the same as English language. No
Mhm.
semicolons. Okay, no semicolons or parentheses. Okay, or parentheses. Okay, like this.
Okay.
Sorry, curly braces. Okay, even for if you don't have these parentheses, and then curly braces. Curly braces, like it shows scopes. Okay, we use these curly braces to define scopes. Okay, no curly braces. So it's better we write it on the new line. So curly braces are this. Okay, it defines scope of the. Okay, it defines scopes. All right, this is. Okay, so that is omitted in this one. Okay, so let's create one simple program now. Okay, enough with the theory. Okay, let's go into the programming section. So okay, like every other programming languages, Python, like every other programming languages has the entry point, like void main. Python, it's an interpreter, step-by-step execution is there. Okay, you just have to say, I want to print hello world. Okay, every programming language, why do you prefer to run this message? Okay, you must have seen, you're learning new programming language. Everyone wants to create a first program, which is like hello world, printing hello world. Why? Because it makes sure that your interpreter is working fine, and in this one there are no mistakes. Okay, because it's just a one statement. If I'm writing 10 statements, okay, if I'm getting errors, is it because the development environment it's not properly configured, or it's because or you really have the code's syntax error? Okay, so that is why you don't write many statements. Just you write only print hello world, and now you, if you get the output, that means your development environment is configured properly. Your ID is working properly. Okay. So let me just run this by saving this file. Okay. So now I will run this. Okay. So I'll be getting output here. Hello world. You got it?
Yeah. So you just ran it in the IDE, like
Yeah,
Visual
I just
Studio?
ran it in the IDE. Okay.
Okay.
You can see this is the ID. Actually, this is terminal. Okay. You know the command prompt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is command prompt basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in this one, the dir, if you run, you will see the directory. Okay. Like what files do you have in your present working directory? So
Mm-hmm.
see, my codes has only one file in here. Do you see?
Okay.
So it is
Yeah, I would
showing
like to
me
help,
only
like,
one file in here.
sorry.
Okay. So few commands you
Yeah.
can execute in here. Okay. And then you get the, let's say I want to know if Python, what Python is installed in my machine. Okay. See, if I do execute Python dash version, I get Python 3.112.2. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, it checks like, let me just type it in here for you if you are interested in executing some commands. So it's point number 4. Okay. So point number 4 is in terminal. Okay. It's a CMD terminal or VS Code terminal. Okay. Okay. In that you have to, if you want to test like what Python version is there. Okay. If you have Python installed or not. Okay,
Mhm.
on your machine, then you have to run this command. Okay, so Python, okay, and work. Okay, if you want to list all the files in your present working directory. Okay, if you want to list all files in present working directory, so you say dir. Okay, so these are the helpful commands to you. Okay, other than these, you don't require. Okay,
Mhm.
understand? And another thing is that you need to save this file. Okay, using extension .py. Okay, for example, let's say the file that you have created hello. Okay, you said hello.py. Okay,
Yeah.
you understand? And if you want to execute the this file in terminal, okay, not in using this run python file button. Okay, so you should know how you run it through terminal. Okay, so it's a c colon, let's say, so this is a prompt. Okay, you need to be in your present working directory. Okay, so you change folder. Okay, cd, and you mention here your folder. So let's say cia is your name. So in the cia folder you have uh you have kept all the files. Okay, this hello.py file, it is created there. Okay, and then you will be going inside this here. Okay, so and then see, this is what the present working directory. Okay, and you make sure before running file using dir command, it should tell you, okay, that if file is present or not. So it's a present. Okay, if you see your file name there, you execute this command. Okay, so here we say, okay, what will you do now? That you will run Python, okay, and the name of the file .py. Okay, and you should see the output immediately on the next line. Okay, it's a hello world, same as like you see the output in here.
Mhm.
Okay, see, same as the output you see in here. Okay, hello world. Okay, so what you do
Yeah.
basically, see, if you want to know how it can be done, so you see here Python, and then you see hello. What is the name of the file in here? Let me check it by dir. It's a day one hello. Okay,
Mhm.
so let me, okay, scroll up. So here Python day one hello.py. Okay, Just run it,
Mhm.
and I see the output. See? Okay,
Yeah.
so these commands you need it. You need to know like how you can run it in command prompt and how you can run it standard editor. Okay,
Mhm.
so you can do this programming online also. Okay,
Mhm.
so like there are some standard editors. Okay, online editors. So let me just show you those compilers. Okay, so
Is there any limitation to the online compiler?
yeah,
Like,
because you cannot run few libraries there. Okay, like
okay,
you want to learn packages. Okay, so you can
okay,
do that.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so few and sometimes server might be busy. Okay, you're not getting the output. Sometimes you need to refresh the browser. See, these are limitations. Okay,
Okay.
so let me share my screen and show you the Python online compiler. Okay, so this is the Python online compiler. Okay, so here what you do is you write print and you say hello world and you run this. You see the output in here.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Okay.
you cannot save this file actually when session expires. No, you don't have it here. So these are like cons. Okay, so let
Okay.
me share the Visual Studio code again. Okay, do you have my screen?
Mhm.
Okay, so let me show you if you want to know about your system details. Okay, so you can just import. You know Here let me import. Sy. Okay, and then you can print system dot you know system dot version. Okay, so let's print it. Let's check. Let me comment this print hello, save it and run it. Okay, it's printing these details like system details. Okay,
Mhm.
it's a 64-bit machine. Okay, AMD 64 it is there.
Mhm.
Okay, you understand how you
Yeah.
can do it?
Yes.
Okay. So in the terminal also you can run the programs, okay? All you have to do is, type it in here, py. See, now Python terminal is there. Okay. See, when you type py, you enter. Okay. So
So what will P by do
see, py
again?
it will be interpreted, no, line by line it will execute. So here I'll say 6 point, uh, Google, Python online compiler if you wish to work online. Okay, you don't have laptop, you can also work from mobile. Okay, then seventh point is okay on cmd. Okay, command prompt. Okay, like terminal. Okay, if you're working from linux, then you can just type py. Okay, so like
Okay.
say
So
dollar py.
PY.
Okay, if you type py, no, it enters into the like command prompt editor mode. Okay, it's editor mode now. See, you can type in here print, let's say hello world. Okay,
Okay.
and then you hit enter. You immediately see the output.
Okay.
Okay, so there are three ways that you can do programming. Okay, you can use editor, you can use IDE. Okay, this command prompt or online editor. Okay,
Mhm.
you understand? And if
Yeah.
you want to exit, no, this one, okay, you can just say print hello world. Okay, after then you're done with this, okay, then you can type in here exit. Okay,
Mhm. Yeah.
so this you are out of the that editor mode. Okay, command prompt. So let me run this. Now you are out. Okay, so this is though it was basic, but it was great learning. you know like
Mhm.
every details it is covered in this, isn't it?
Mhm.
Okay, so now what is important rule in this one is the indentation. Okay, let's talk about the Python indentation. So Python indentation, you know you have to keep this in mind if you're developing Python programs. Indentation is very, very important. Okay, so it increases the readability of the program, first point, increases the readability. Okay. Okay. But the Python is readability is not the only here it decides the scope. Okay. Okay. Indentation it is used to decide the block or logical uh decides the scope, you can just say. Okay. What does it mean? For example, let's say I'm writing a program for finding, let's say, greater or false, okay? Greater or smaller number. So if I am writing it in C programming, generally, how do I write? Okay, it's a C program. Then I write if the 10 is, let's say, X is greater than Y. Okay, here I'm deciding curly braces. See, here. I'm using curly braces. Okay, so it decides scope. Here, if statement starts, and here, okay, whatever the codes that you write it in between, it belongs to if code. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the block, if block. Okay, we can say this is if block. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then we write here else. Okay, again we define the scope here. We are defining the else scope. So here else block. Okay, we can write n number of statements in here. Okay, as many statements as you want. Okay, and it's not necessary. You can write the statement, like this also. Not necessarily it has to be, having few spaces, okay, aligned
Mm-hmm.
properly. Not
Yeah.
necessary because here you define the start and end. Okay, but for Python, it is very important.
Okay.
Okay, so Python, there are no curly braces. So if you're writing, if else program, same program, you can say if x greater y, okay, no parenthesis, okay,
Mm-hmm.
colon, as soon as you type colon, okay, if you hit enter, okay, then it will start from this, okay, so it will leave few spaces in here, okay, it will give few spaces, 1 2 3 4, around 4, okay, and then this is if block,
Like, is it
okay,
around? Or is it
so this is like if block, and if you want to write
how
else,
many,
no. Okay, so you
how
have to
many steps?
start exactly below I. Okay, it has to be aligned with if. Okay, else should be aligned with else. Okay, else should be aligned with if. Okay, so these two should be aligned with each other. And then you colon. Colon means now new scope begin, and this is else block. Okay, so if you want to
Is
try
it
this
any?
code,
Is
yes,
it any restriction on like for
green
the
spaces,
how many?
no. No restriction.
Okay.
So let's say X is there, 10, Y is there, 20. Okay, let's say I want to find which one is greater. I say X greater Y, colon. So as soon as I hit enter, see,
Mhm.
it automatically gives few spaces, only in the case of, okay, IDE. Okay, and then you can
Okay.
print here that this is if block, or you say X is greater. Okay,
Mhm.
and then you can write else. Okay, else, as soon as you hit enter, it aligns itself. You have to just follow the indentation. Okay, y
Okay.
is greater. Okay, so if you run
Mhm.
this code, and let me comment all this. Later on you can do uncomment and just run this code. Okay, okay, y is greater. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's it for today's session. You'll be rejoining this session now. Okay, I'll end this recording. Let's do some practical together. Okay. Thank you for joining today's session. Have a nice day. Please join again in less than 1 minute. Okay.
Uh,